Hi, my name is Jamie Raptless, and the reason why I'm doing this video vlog is because I wanted to do a peer support program. And the reason for that is because I feel like, besides myself, I feel like a lot of people aren't being heard, and I want to use this vlog, sorry, so that other people know that they're not alone and that I want to be the one or someone to help them advocate or being able to speak up for themselves. So other reason why I'm doing this is because I feel like I have a lot of experience, well, not experience, but I know what it's like when you feel like you're not being heard because I've had a lot of issues like that when um, in my lifetime, I've had a lot of experience of not being heard. So, that's the other reason why I want to start this peer support program because I don't want anybody else to go through what I went through during this time because it's very hard when you feel like no one's on your side. It's very hard when you feel like no one's listening to you. But I don't want other people to feel like that. Um, so the other reason why I want to start this vlog is because I want to be able to help those other people who are struggling, to help them find their way and not, well, to use me for example, just being able to create their own thing and to be able to do things themselves without like for me, I have a lot of coping skills. Some people may not have a lot of those coping skills, or some people may not know that there's other help out there. So I feel that if they know that there's other help out there, maybe they will be willing to reach out and get that extra help. I'm not really sure on that. So, but I just feel that it's very important that people know that struggle, they're not the only one struggling. It's, I know that ever since I was younger, I've struggled a lot. I felt like I was hiding in a little shell because I felt like I didn't have a voice. And finding that voice was very hard for me. I know that a lot of people may feel like they can't speak up or they're not being heard or they're being ignored. Like, I know what that feels like because I felt like that half of my life. Like, people were saying they understood, but technically they weren't acknowledging what I was saying. So it felt like to me like it went in one ear and out the other, or um, or if I say, "Oh well, I want to do something," but they're like, "Oh well, okay," but then say, "Oh well," look to somebody else and say, "Well, what do you think?" So basically, I understand the brushing off. I get that, some people may feel like, okay, well, people don't understand how I feel, but I know exactly what it feels like to have um I don't know. being dismissed of, or not being heard, or not having a voice, or not being able to explain a lot of the things that you want to explain, and um, not being able to say what you want to say because words get jumbled up. Like, I get that quite a bit because I noticed that when I talk to some people, sometimes they misunderstand what I'm saying, and so they kind of misinterpret and they get angry at me for not um for the wrong words, when it's not that I was trying to say that, I was trying to say something else. So, and that kind of um that to me happens a lot. So I don't know if anyone else feels like that, but that happens to me a lot. So, I mean, yeah, I get it. It's hard. I mean, because you hold things in internally because you have so much emotions that sometimes it's hard to express your feelings. Like, with me, I have a hard time expressing my feelings a lot or saying how I feel. Uh, basically, I get to a point where, like, I feel like I'm not supposed to be feeling what I'm feeling, so I actually punish myself for feeling that way. But I don't want other people to feel like they have to do that because that's not a healthy way of doing things. So I've learned that feeling what you're feeling is okay. You don't have to punish yourself for feeling that way because um it's okay to have, it's okay to feel sad, it's okay to feel angry, but being able to express them in healthier ways, not um suffering in silence, not saying anything until you explode is not a healthy way. It's more like, if you're feeling like this, tell someone, let someone know that you feel like um you're sad, or you're not happy, or being able to express anything, because just because you feel embarrassed or you feel like they're not going to understand, because to let you know that they will understand, and getting help is a lot easier than keeping everything inside and having it build and build and build, because it does get lonely um if you don't say anything. Because for experience from me is that I have held things in for years. I've let things build and build and build to a point where I felt lonely. I felt like there was nobody by my side, even though there was, but I felt like an outsider or an outcast because I couldn't speak or say what I was feeling or tell anybody what I was feeling. But I don't want anyone else to feel like that. I want to break the silence, and I want people to say, okay, this is what's going on. And my thing is, what can I do to help other people from feeling that way? Because I really feel like that there's other ways to help them from not feeling like they're alone. And that's one of the reasons, the part of the peer support program that I want to set up is so that people can speak freely, and people can feel safe and be able to, there's no judgment, there's no right or wrong answer, there's no you're doing it wrong. There's none of that. There's, people, listening and understanding what you're feeling and can relate to a lot. Like me, I can relate to a lot of things, but I just, I want people to know that, it's okay to feel frustrated. It's okay to be like, I don't understand this. I want some help in this. And it's okay to ask for help. There's no reason to be embarrassed. There's no reason to be like, don't feel like you're a failure, because you're not a failure. Asking for help means that you're not a failure. You're someone who's trying to improve things in life. Like you're trying to improve a lot of stuff. I don't know what I'm saying. But that I just feel like, you know, doing this will help a lot of people. And I feel like, you know, once you understand that person, I mean, I don't know. Um, like me, I don't know, what people's issues are or what they understand or anything like that, but know that they're not alone, that they don't have to deal with things by themselves. They got other people out there talking to a friend, a peer, a counselor, somebody who can help you. I mean, feel a lot that I feel that way a lot too, so you guys are not alone and any of that. So, and I even wanted to start this for people that have disabilities can come to a safe place so that I can advocate for them or help them advocate for themselves, because I know that there's a lot of people out there who feel like they're not being heard or feel like they can't advocate for themselves because of a disability or mental health or so many other issues that are going on with them, who feel like they can't do anything, but that is not true, because you can. And people working with them need to really understand that they can do something, but even if they need help, they really need someone who actually understands them, who doesn't baby them, who doesn't treat them like a 5-year old, who doesn't, make it seem like, they treat them like they're babies. I really hate that, because, like, with me, I was treated like I was 5 years old. I felt like I was 26 going on 5. Now I'm 41 going on 42, and I sometimes still feel like people are trying to control me, but I'm at the point where I'm just like, you know what? Why let things bother me? Like, I don't let things bother me anymore. Like, I used to let things bother me. I just let things go in one ear and out the other, because if I let things bother me, then what? I'm just giving them more ammunition and more ammunition to use against me. And I know sometimes other people feel like that too, and and then they're like, well, why why isn't this phasing her? Why isn't it phasing this person? Why does this person feel like um there's no reaction? Well, when you have someone say things over and over and over again to try and get a trigger on you or try to get a reaction out of you, it gets to be like, well, what's the point of me having a reaction, because I know if there's no point in it. I mean, yes, to have a positive reaction and having a healthy way of dealing with things without the negative is probably trying to deal with it more maturely than others, but I know that sometimes it's very hard to do, because I mean, when someone tries to trigger a reaction, you're just triggered like that, and so it makes it seem like, oh well, they make it seem like you're more aggressive than you are, really. But I mean, it took me a long time. I mean, and there's in another video I'll explain a little bit why, because I mean, I am gonna explain my backstory in another video, but mostly, and I am gonna write a book, so eventually, I don't know when that's gonna be published, because that's gonna be um it's taking me a while to write it, but I'm also thinking about writing children's books, which I'm writing about this little girl named Lily, and she is a little girl with autism, and her and this little wolf pup Max are trying to find their way home because she's lost in the woods. But we'll have a little bit more on that later on too, because I just really want to focus on why I want to do this vlog. But I just really feel like there's a lot of people out there who aren't being heard, who want to voice themselves but feel like they can't. But me to say, yes, you can. You can do this. I'm gonna be here to help you do this. And hopefully I get a lot of positive um um hopefully this thing comes out positive and people like it. I'm not really sure they will. Ask any questions. I um will answer any questions if I can answer them, and hopefully I can answer them, but or leave anything really. I mean, like I said, it's not just for disabled people, it's for people with mental health if they have any issues or anything like that. I want to be able to answer any questions from anybody. Um, so I mean, that's what I'm here for. I mean, so, and I am gonna try writing something and putting it on here too, to kind of but I have no idea what to do with that yet. I'm still figuring that part out. Maybe even doing a advice column, but no idea yet. Still trying to figure that part out. I'm still trying to figure out so much other things to do with the peer support. I know that I'm going to be doing probably working in a school soon. I have no idea on that, but I do still plan on doing these vlogs on the side. So hopefully things don't get too crazy because I really, really want to do this vlog so people know that they're really not alone, that I'm here to help them out. I want them to know that, they are not alone. I am right here with them, willing and wanting to help them any way I can. Uh, or at least if I can't help them, at least point them in the right direction. Um, Even advocating for them, like um, me being their voice or me helping them find their voice to help them advocate for themselves. That's something that I really, really want to do, and I feel really, really strongly about. Being able to do that, and um, so I mean, uh, hold on. So anyway, as I was saying, I just really feel like I'm really hoping that someone gets a benefit out of this. I know I will. I really want to have a safe place for somebody so they can talk freely, like I said, and there's no judgments, no right or wrong answer. Um, Basically, like I said, I would like to write something up to help people out. Um, Even writing up um, something that, you know, like stories that I'm writing things that I went through, maybe the outcome of it, so that that may help somebody out. I have no idea what to do with that yet. There's a lot of things that I plan on doing to help people, but that's still in the works. I do plan on opening up my own business, and I do plan on having a few things going on, but um, don't know when that's gonna happen yet. But that should hopefully be in the works soon. Um, I am still working on the peer support piece on getting what I need to do to work in the school. So that's gonna take a bit. Um, so hopefully I'm keeping my fingers crossed that that will work soon. I have no idea. Um, but that should hopefully come up within a few weeks or a few months here. But I'm still gonna continue working on these videos. I'm gonna continue figuring out how to create something to help people, working on getting uh, educated, well, not educated, but working on things to help, um, just figuring out uh, what I can do to help people. I know that, like I said, I may do my do a story, my story, my life story, and I answer any questions. Like I'll let you know what's going on. I may pick a topic each week to help figure out what to talk about. I may create something to help with communication. I have no idea what to do with that yet. There's a lot of things that I really want to do, but I have no idea on how to do those yet. But I feel like I'll be able to create something once I put my mind to it. I do know that. So, uh, but I do feel like um, I'm hoping that this vlog is will continue on. I hope people like this vlog. But basically, really, I just really want to help people, um, so that they don't have to go through what I went through half of my lifetime. I mean, I've suffered in silence for a long time, and I didn't get the help that I needed. So, and I feel that a lot of my anxiety and depression and a lot of the things that I go through now is because of it. Um, but I do know that since this past year, well, where I've gotten help for it, um, I've learned, I think I've learned a lot from it, from the experience um, that I think that I know now if I knew then what I know now, maybe I wouldn't have done a lot of what I did um, way back when, but that I do not know. So that I'm kind of not really sure on, but I mean there's a lot of things that went on that's very hard for me to talk about. So I may write about them, but I may not talk about them on here because I don't know how many people would frown upon it, or I don't know if this channel will like what I have to say about certain things. So I kind of have to pick and choose what I want to say on here so it's not bad. So but there are a lot of topics that I do want to work um to figure out how to create, but I do feel that I really do want uh this to be an open outlet for people to be able to talk. This will be a safe room, like I said, and I'm hoping that people knowing that it's a safe room, I hope that people would be willing and open to talk with me about certain things, and I'm hoping to be able to help them out. So, and I feel like like I said, being a person who has a disability, I know what it's like to be teased. I know what it's like to go through things being bullied or anything like that. Or having self esteem issues, depression, anxiety, Um, there is so much like autism. I got autism, and there's like so much things that I go through with that. So it's or being bipolar. I mean, there's a lot of things that like even physical or mental disability. I mean, I've gone through so much in my lifetime that I think feel like I can relate to a lot of people. I mean, it's hard. I feel like my life has been really hard for the most part, but I also feel like that the support I have right now has been really good. I mean, yes, it's 2021, so things are a little harder because of COVID. I'm not gonna lie, I mean, things are very hard because of COVID. And so I haven't been able to get the support I needed because of COVID. But I do feel like the internet and doing these vlogs help a lot too, so I can still at least talk to people online, letting people know still, well, they are not alone. They have support. They have me. And as a peer support worker, I want to be able to help with all these things. Being able to answer any questions, like I said. Um, and I get it. I know it's hard. I mean, for me, it was really hard for me to open up and letting people in. It took me a long time to let people in. So, it really took me a lot of years before I could let people in because I had a hard time trusting people. Um, I basically had a hard time um, with people in general because of how I was being treated. But living in Stanford, there was this one person who I like. We hung out a lot. I used to babysit her daughter a lot, and we became good friends. And if it wasn't for her, I don't know if I would be treated any differently. She actually treated me like a normal person. Um, she didn't treat me like a disabled person. She didn't treat me any different like anyone else treated me. She treated me like an actual person. And so that actually felt good knowing that I was a normal person because I feel like a lot of people look at you and see the disability or they see whatever issues or problems that you have, and they always see you as that and not the actual person that you are. But that's not what I do here. Me, I look at everything. I look at the actual person. I see, the actual problem, and I want to be able to help with that. I want to help. develop healthy skills. I want to be able to make it so people can do things without struggles. I mean, I struggle. I mean, and you may not get it right away. I mean, and it takes a lot of hard work. I mean, it took me just about half my life to get to where I am at now. And if it wasn't for my husband, um, I think I may be still in that little shell without talking to anyone. So I feel that if it wasn't for him, I would still be living in a group home. I would still be, you know, I would still be living in that little bubble that I have, and I wouldn't be opening up and using my voice. I wouldn't be advocating for people like I am today. I wouldn't be able to say what I need, what I mean, um, if it hadn't been for him. Because he's been very supportive of me and knowing that this is what I've been wanting to do for a long time now. And doing these vlogs, I think, will help me to open up more or to open myself up more and to be able to share a lot of things and to be able to share, okay, well, these are the problems, but these are the answers. Or if anyone has any questions, I'm willing to answer anything if I can. To my knowledge, I can do that. But I just basically really want a chance to be able to do this. This has been my hope and dream for so long to be able to do this. I've been wanting to open up my own business for peer support for my art program and my fundraiser program, but those things I'm not going to discuss. Well, the fundraiser I'm not going to discuss here because I know some people frown upon that, but I mean, I may discuss it maybe on my Facebook page or whatever, so we'll do that later. Um, but for now, I'm just really looking to concentrate on my um, getting to know people and to really open up my peer support program and to be able to talk to people and to be able to, relate, to share my stories, and some things that may work for me may not work for that person. So, I mean, we gotta find what works for you. I mean, it's not about me. It's about you. It's about being able to help you achieve what you want to achieve. If you want to voice something, voice it. I mean, that's what this is here for. I'm here to help. Um, I'm here to make sure that gets passed along to whoever it needs to be passed along to. So I'm hoping and um, that people like this vlog, and I'm hoping that I get any comments that I can get, hopefully positive and not negative. And if it's negative, I'm sorry, but um, this is my dream. I really want to do this, and so hopefully, people are willing to help me do this. Um, I have no idea. This is one of the things I really feel strongly about, because ever since, well, for example, I watched the movie I Am Sam, and watching that movie, I could not believe how they treated that person. I mean, he was a loving father who lost his child because of his disability. And that, to me, I feel was just plain wrong. I feel that he raised that child from being born up to school age, but they looked at him as a person with a they didn't see him as a person. They saw the disability but not the person, and that's not what I want to happen here. I want people to see that there's an actual person underneath. There's somebody who, you know, that needs that kind of push, that guidance. I mean, if you have a dream, go for it. I mean, I want people to be able to reach their dreams, to reach whatever they want to do in life. I mean, it's something that I really want to happen. I want people to be able to advocate for themselves, and for the people that can, I'll be their voice. I want to know what other people think. Um, as far as this, I mean, it's pretty sad that people with disabilities are getting mistreated because of their disability. And it's, to me, that is just plain wrong. I mean, I've been mistreated a lot because of my disability. I feel like my whole lifetime I've been mistreated. So, I mean, not by my family. My family's been great, but I do feel like, the agencies I've had, not all of them are bad. Some of them are good, but a lot of other ones were bad. A lot of people treated me badly, and a lot of them treated me good. So, I mean, I don't want to throw a lot of negative things out there. I want to have a lot of positive, and I feel like that's a lot of the things that I'm trying to do here. I mean, because I know that some people work with people with disabilities, but they look at it as there's always a lot of negative. There's no positive reinforcement. There's gotta be positive things, or no one's gonna get anywhere. And part of being the peer support that I want to be, or the peer supporter that I want to be, is I want to have a lot of that positive impact. I do not want to have a lot of that negative impact. I want for people to be able to share their story without any negativity. And I mean, if there is, then there is. But from the person, but I mean, if that's how things are, then I mean, but like I said, this is a safe space. And I want people to voice their opinions in this safe space. And I want it to be good. So, all right. I gotta sign off now, but this should be good.